Volstead in the Air. Radio broadcast, July 1923. In trying out the radio public to see what they like and what they don't like, WEAF, the well-known station of the American Telephone and Telegraph Company in New York, recently staged a debate on the liquor question. Resolved that the Volstead Act should be repealed. This station is continually experimenting with broadcast material, not only with the idea of giving the public varied entertainment, but of enabling those responsible for its operation to gauge the extent of the public's interest in radio, and to endeavor to gather reliable statistics as to what kind of programs the public wants. It is evidently in this way only that proper development of radio entertainment can be brought about. Only by the tone of the correspondence received can the manager of the station judge of his success in catering to the public's desires. The American Telephone and Telegraph Company is spending many thousands of dollars a year to get the correct answer to the question, what is the demand for broadcasting? The debate on the value of Mr. Volstead's activities was brought about by the Government Club, the president of this organization, Mrs. George E. Owens, having charge of the program, introducing the speakers, and reading the questions sent in by the radio listeners. The public had been told to send in questions as the debate progressed, and that their questions would be answered as far as possible by the debaters. The debaters were Wayne B. Wheeler, General Counsel of the Anti-Saloon League of America, and Ransom H. Gillett, General Counsel of the Association Against the Prohibition Amendment. That the question was a live one in which the listeners took an intense interest soon became evident as the questions poured in. Only a small fraction of them could be answered in the time allotted. As we listened to this debate and pictured the invisible audience of possibly hundreds of thousands, the great utility of radio for political campaigning was once more driven home. The questions asked by the listeners showed thought, showed that the debaters were being closely followed in their arguments by their vast audience. When used by persons aspiring to governmental positions, this method of presenting their virtues will prove of real value to those of worth, and should show up at the same time the hollow arguments and fallacies of the familiar political spellbinder. Not only is this scheme of contact between orator and public valuable to the public, allowing them to analyze what the speaker is trying to put over, but it also has certain advantages for the speaker. It makes him condense his arguments to such a degree that he cannot well remain ignorant of the weak spots and possible fallacies in his speech, and it furthermore allows him to proceed uninterrupted to the end. His would-be hecklers must remain silent until he chooses to answer their questions.